Ready to go, right? Yeah. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the November 12th edition of the Dawn Patrol. Happy belated Veterans Day to all veterans out there. We're waiting the arrival of my co-host Bob Hoey and Ned Tarmey, who are both they're walking in as we speak. It's 7 o'clock. Karen Cassella will be on our show. She's the new Registrar of Deeds, and she will be joining us, I believe, at 7 o'clock. So here's Ned and Bob Hoey walking in now. How are you guys?
Who else is coming?
Karen Cassella.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. 7. So let me get up here, Ned. Okay. All right. So we have a lot.
You, Hoey. No.
So
Yeah, sit next to Tommy for now. You're gonna move when Karen comes.
All right. Sorry, gentlemen. I haven't picked Ned up in so long.
Bobby, we're on live now.
Oh, we are. Good morning.
So Ned, you can. I got to leave at 7:30. So if you want, you could take over as host at 7:30 for me.
I'll do it for you.
All right, pal.
Is Karen here for an hour? Or?
I believe she's coming at 7. Karen.
Right up your mics over there, boys. And carry on, as this is a live show.
So you guys all set to go?
Yeah.
So lots to talk about. We had an election last Tuesday, presidential election. It was surprising. I didn't think it was going to be that big of a win for him, but Bob, what do you think? Kick us off. How you been, Bob?
I've never been better.
Yeah.
The election to me was the best thing that ever happened, in my lifetime anyways. How about Drake right now? Did you get your new town manager?
That's tonight. Tonight they will be voting. There are two candidates. They have two options. I know they interviewed them last week. I watched the interviews. They both did well. Be honest with you, I was on the screening committee. I voted for both of them to go forward. If I had to pick one, I'd pick the gentleman from Dunstable who was the administrator in Dunstable right now. But it's almost a dead heat between the two of them. But I don't know how the selectmen feel.
I've been involved, Tom, a few times hiring a school superintendent anyways. What Lowell had a big issue was when we had those secret squirrel meetings.
Yeah.
A lot of leakers, it was crazy.
Well, that's what happened here. There was, I'm not going to mention names, but I got a call the day after the meeting, and this person knew who the finalists were, so I'm not even going to.
Oh, it always is.
Yeah, it leaks.
I love when they say it to people in executive session, they'll say, listen, we can't talk about this whatsoever. And as soon as you get out,
it's happened for years. Dougie Willett was a selectman in Drake, and he called him the same thing, the secret squirrel. I mean, he hated going to executive session because he said it'd be talked about the next day, and...
we talked about it here a lot, too.
Tommy, where did you guys meet?
We met at the Senior Citizen Center.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's
Public
closed?
posted meeting.
Oh, they could sit there and watch you.
Well, no. We went into executive session once we.
So
yeah.
you closed the door?
That's because of the fact that the candidates say they don't want their communities to know that they've
Blah, blah,
applied.
blah, blah, yeah, okay, whatever.
Well, you asked me a question. What do you,
I understand. I understand.
And you asked, what do you want us to do? I mean, how would you do it in
The
John's
whole
world?
thing is, okay, you have to ask yourself, who asked for executive session? I don't think you did. So who asked for executive session?
According to the selectman's office, it's the law, and you can.
Oh, it's, okay,
Yeah.
well, thank you, Selectman's Office. Would you kindly print the law out in that yellow magic marker? Put that where the law is. Show me the law.
I wish I had it on my
We
phone.
should read that law.
I probably deleted it.
Tommy, you should read the law at the beginning of your first meeting to help the public understand.
Oh, stop. They did. The chairman of the committee opened the meeting, and he said, and we talked about what we're going to do, and then he read the law. He did. The chairman of the committee did. I remember that. So,
And that's not on tape anywhere, right?
well, nobody came broadcast. Nobody came
No,
to
but
broadcast.
you wouldn't have allowed them to tape it. Did you guys tape
Well,
it?
they could have taped the beginning of the meeting and when we came out of executive session, but they're not going to wait around,
Did you guys internally record the meeting? Your secret squirrel meeting? Did you record it?
on, tape recording, not tape like video.
You put your phone up on the table, you say,
Right.
I hope nobody minds, but I'm going to record this meeting. And you put your phone down, and you leave it on the record.
I didn't, maybe others did,
Yeah, we always had someone that
Understood.
just took
Thank
minutes. Someone that took minutes, and we had big issues on who should be doing minutes too, but
Yeah.
that's all history now. The future's looking bright as far as I'm concerned.
All right.
The school system, so far, Tom and Ned, I love having you back, but you've missed quite a bit, but the one thing you haven't
He was
missed.
watching at home.
Oh, it's not the same.
Yeah,
He missed a little bit.
He can
So
watch on
I'm gonna give
YouTube.
I'm going to give you a quick update. Dan Rourke is mayor right now. I've worked with 4 different ones. If I was there, he'd be my 5th, is doing a tremendous job as far as the schools go. He has a big meeting coming up tonight. That'll be huge. It's about the South Common. I'm going to go down and speak, and I very seldom do that unless I'm on the school committee. That's the only time I got in front of that mic. But it's a real big issue, the South Common. To me, it's about the children. That's all I'm thinking about. I always think about schools, the Rogers schools right there, almost 1,000 children, all the children. And the big thing I seen down there this year was this. I drive down on my electric bike, which is broke down. I got to find a place to get it repaired. But I seen the swimming pool near the end of the summer. It was really clean. Everything looked good. 4 lifeguards, 2 children in the pool. But 4 lifeguards with 2 children to watch. No one. The kids are held hostage in that neighborhood. Who's going to send their kid down when there's hypodermic needles and broken bottles all over the place? Nobody. So really, think about it. It's all about children, but tonight, you'll see that city hall loaded with people against the ordinance.
Oh, yeah,
I think
absolutely.
the
against
people
it.
What is the ordinance?
It's about, how far you can't have tents around a school 1,000 feet. But the thing is, I hope they talk more about children, because think of that. The homeowners and the businesses like the Owl Diner and Hafner's gas station and all those places down there, they get crushed. Their businesses would almost double if we just get that place cleaned up, the South Common. And you remember, as a kid, I went to the Rogers School 4 times, okay? And you know what I got out of the Rogers School? One, I got viciously disciplined. Oh my God, that school there helped me get in, and make the Army pretty easy in my life. And number 2, what I remembered about that school was going down with Mr. Floyd, I think his last name was Floyd, a gym teacher that would hit me 100 ground balls during the school day or after school in that South Common. I remember carnivals in the South Common. I remember drinking a lot of alcohol before you went to Mr. C's. We called it the Commodore. That was the spot to meet. But I'm telling you, we even picked up our stuff. I remember my friend saying, hey, they'll catch us if we don't pick up your Belly High bottle or whatever you were drinking back in them days. But right now with hypodermic needles, safety is everything. And it's for children first, everybody else comes second to me. And that's how important this issue is. And if Danny pulls this off in the city council, believe me, it'll be the best city council we've ever had. That's just my opinion.
Who do you think with the no votes would be, Ned?
I have no clue.
Wayne Janess and Vesna.
Yeah, I have
Kim
no
Scott,
clue.
no? Think Kim Scott will go
Kim
on?
Scott, I'll bet you she's gonna be sitting on the fence.
Yeah.
And all I'll say to these councilors is simply this, okay? Next year's coming. And I'll go back to the Bud Caulfield era, talking when I used to see Bud like a lot, with chit-chat politics. And he said, John, the problem with any elected official, the first thing that goes through their mind is not what's the right thing for the community. How do I vote here to keep this seat? It's all about popularity. What do I do to keep my popularity up? What's the best thing to do to keep my popularity? And that's what we're going to see tonight. And I predict we're going to see Vesna say no. We're going to see Wayne say no. And I can't even guess for Kim Scott. But all I can tell the Llewellyans to do is get on your computer, go onto the city council's page, and write all of the city councilors, and put in the subject line what you want to say. They're not going to read your emails, okay? There's not enough time in the world to read everybody's email. But put in the subject line how you want them to vote. Keep the South Common for the homeless. We have the management of our city, with the authorization of the city council, has herded, that's the word that they use, herded all the homeless to the South Common.
That's right.
The administration has created
Not
this.
this administration.
Yes.
It goes back two
Oh, you
administrations.
can go back to Moses.
I'm telling you, the guy just told them to
You
cut
can go
those
back-
benches down
you can
and
go back
put
to
them
Moses.
all on the South Common.
One at a time, fellas.
One at a time.
Well, he's wrong.
The
He's
current
wrong.
administration, well, I'll give you the
You're
mic in a
next.
second. The current administration, through the mouths of police officers to my ear, tells me they are told to herd the homeless to the the current administration. I'll listen to you now, Ned.
When they first did it, they cut remember the seats that used to be down across from the bookstore, right?
Yeah.
They were cut down.
Yep.
That city manager wanted all the homeless on the South Common so they could count them. and keep
Namely?
count.
Namely?
Well, 2 administrations ago.
2 minutes.
Right?
No, before Murphy. The one before Murphy. That was 3 years ago.
Lynch.
Lynch, Bernie
Oh, that's
Lynch.
three council.
Yeah, no, sorry, I didn't
Okay.
count. But that was Bernie Lynch. Now, that's what's going to happen. And I don't know why he did it, but they cut things out, and he wanted everybody in the South Common sitting because he knew where they were. Those
Now-
were the exact words.
Current administration? How do they?
I have no idea, so you don't get me going because I haven't talked to him.
Understood.
All right. I want to go back to the election and tell you what I think. Everybody knows I was a big Democrat in this election.
Yeah, Kamala fan.
Democrat.
But anyway, a Democrat. Anyway,
You're afraid to say Kamala. What happened to your buddy?
who?
Kamala.
What's wrong with her?
Did you vote for Kamala?
I voted for Biden.
So you wrote in Biden.
No, I mean, I voted for,
Harris.
Harris. No, but who was the president?
Biden.
Harris was, I didn't write
Harris
anybody.
is the vice president.
Now, all right. But I voted for her, okay. But let me tell you what I say, and I tell it to everybody else. He's our president. I respect the office. He won fair and square. There's no other way to put it. He is the president. Now, what's wrong with the Democrats? The regular Democrats have forgotten where they come from. They're buying, the coffee at, instead of Dunkin' Donuts, they're going to
Starbucks?
Starbucks. And they sit there, and they're being run by the ultra-liberals up in the west end of New York, up the west part of New York, out in California. So they've forgotten who their people are. Look how they're jumping on the guy down there, the most liberal guy I would think out of our delegation, and
Seth Moulton.
Seth Moulton.
I'm going to predict that guy will be a Republican within 6 months.
And
He'll
he's
leave the party.
He'll
He's
run
not happy.
he's going to run for president. He's
He's not happy.
I know it. So
Governor Haley wants to be president.
she wants
Everybody
to be
wants to be president.
Oh, they all
She
do.
thinks she's going to be president.
She's going to try. But my point is, I respect the office. He won it. I respect him as my president. I go along with it. I mean, that wasn't my first choice, but the people have spoken, and I do not go around crying or saying that's how it happens. I can remember what happened with
Hillary.
no, Hillary. I never.
You mean when she lost?
Yeah. But Kamala has a whole history. Now, I like the guy that ran for vice president with her. Walsh, whatever his name was. I think
do?
he was good.
Wow.
He was a good guy.
It's funny, and I thought he was a...
That's right. You're
She could have done a lot better.
She
And
could
the
have.
reason why she didn't pick Shapiro from Pennsylvania, they say, is because he would have outshined her. He was, everybody likes him.
Oh, he's going to run.
This guy was a nut, Walsh, I mean, in my opinion. He was just,
Who was a coach? But I liked him. But I liked him as a
But
person.
everybody's saying, and a few people said, poor Camilla. Camilla's going to make more money than she's going to.
She'll run again.
Oh, I don't think she will. I think she's going to go to work for a big law firm, make millions of dollars.
Oh, they all do when they're
And you got
bad.
to admit, they screwed Biden. You got to admit.
Oh, yeah, that's the whole thing. Biden probably would have made it closer. Biden probably would have made that race
What they did
closer.
to him and forced him out.
That was Nancy Pelosi.
That's right.
Yeah.
They forced him out, and I feel bad on that end of it. She wasn't a good candidate. She didn't, I mean.
Excuse me, Mr. Bomil.
I'm sorry.
Audience, we got to stop the show. I got to restart the computer because, as you can all see, the sound is like bubbling up, in and out. Fred Wilkie just sent me a text, so thanks, Fred. So I'm going to quit the system, restart this computer. We'll see you in about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.